Hi everyone, welcome back to the Potsmoker's Bible. My name is Zion. I'm the author of the Potsmoker's Bible, which contains the prophetic book of Zion, where I get my name and authority. It comes from the Ketuvim, or Old Testament of the Christian Bible. I used the King James Version of the Bible to put together the prophecy of Israel, which became the book of Zion. And in order to publish it, I wrote the Potsmoker's Bible as a commentary. And today I'm reading from the 13th chapter of the Potsmoker's Bible, which contains the 10th chapter of the Book of Zion. It's called Was There No Man? I'm starting today with Isaiah 18:7, which becomes Zion 10:17. In that time shall the present be brought unto the Lord of hosts, of a people scattered and peeled, and from a people terrible from the beginning. Hitherto a nation meted out and trodden under foot, whose lands the rivers have spoiled, to the place of the name of the Lord of hosts, the Mount Zion. Isaiah 18:7 tells us that the people of Zion will give themselves to the gray as if they were a gift. This is the scattered drug users, who are seen as terrible from the beginning. They are a nation that is under the control of others, their homeland flooded as the snow lines recede up their mountain homes and the seas inundated with hurricanes. Their home is at Mount Zion. From the time of the first prohibition on a drug, namely cocaine, there has been a smear campaign in the media intent on making the drug users into inhuman monsters capable of murder and chaos. We are dangerous criminals who must be reported when seen doing drugs or acting in an unusual manner. This propaganda war has instilled fear and loathing in the public minds, allowing the police to abuse our rights openly. From the beginning, my people have endured a false image of a violent criminal. Isaiah 29:16 is Zion 10:18. Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as a potter's clay. For shall the work say of him that made it, he madeth me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he hath no understanding? Isaiah 29:16 points out the fact that everything that I'm telling you is the reversal of what society believes to be true. It predicts that everyone who hears it will think I'm crazy. They will think I'm making all of this up, just like they do. But the Gray say, bluntly, that they have framed the governments by allowing society to do its worst. The Gray have proven its true nature. The thing framed is the government and Christianity, who are blamed for the state of the earth. They are also telling us that the people who are suffering due to the war on drugs are not what society is told we are. The government does not want the Gray to have anything to do with the earth. The rich bastards want to keep raping the earth and my people. My people are the best humanity has to offer. I know that's a loaded statement, but listen to my reasoning. For the past 100 years, my people have been outlaws. We have, for the most part, been meekly submitting to the government's mandates. The police are far more violent than the drug users are. Our actions are truly better than those who rule over us. We are also better in other ways, too. 1. We are more intelligent. Einstein and Jung both used marijuana. Or sorry, we are the most intelligent. We're the most talented. Rock stars and movie stars, authors and philosophers are all known drug users. We have higher brain functions. We're telepathic. We're empathic. We have many psychic talents that you're unaware of. We are more moral than others. We routinely go to prison to protect those that we are loyal to, while those who narc on us are bribed, which in itself is evil. We are more realistic than others. We don't pretend that things are fine when they're not. And we don't believe in idols or false gods. We've always been humanitarians. Just look at the hippies. We help everyone who comes to us for aid. We always have. We are not greedy. Again, look at the hippies. We live to enjoy our lives. We live for the party. What is evil about having a good time? There is no evil in having a good time. And yet, that's our main thing. It's what we do. We believe in the concept of brotherhood, hence the loyalty. Peaceful coexistence, mutual cooperation. All of the communes from the 60s, when the people grew their own food and lived together free, without violence. We want alien contact. The thought of aliens coming to Earth is just amazing to us. We want it more than anything else. Probably. We are not what propaganda says we are. There has never yet been an incident that has been proven that getting high makes you a murderer. And yet that is exactly what America was told when the war on drugs against marijuana began. We are actually better than most. Now, in the same chapter 29 of Isaiah, but a little bit later on, in the 20th and 21st verses, which is Zion 10, 19, and 20, for the terrible one is brought to naught, and the scorner is consumed, and all that watch for iniquity is cut off, that maketh a man an offender for a word, and lay a snare for him that reproveth the gate, and turn aside the just for a thing of naught. Few verses later, a few verses later, we are told that the true terrible ones are exposed for what they truly are. All who scorn my people will be consumed by their own doings. The police and the narcs will be cut off. Their evil game will end, and they will no longer be able to seek out wrongdoing. They will have to stop harassing people based on the information of an informant or a narc. They won't be able to break down our doors and force us to stand aside while they search our homes and steal our possessions. Isaiah 1:27 to 31 becomes Zion 10:21 to 25. Zion shall be redeemed with judgments, and her converts with righteousness, and the destruction of the transgressors and of the sinners shall be together, and they that forsake the Lord shall be consumed. For they shall be ashamed of the oaks which you have desired, and you shall be confounded for the gardens that you have chosen. For ye shall be as an oak whose leaf fadeth, and as a garden that hath no water. And the strong shall be as tow, and the maker of it as spark, and they shall both burn together, and none shall quench them. Isaiah 1:27 to 31 was my inspiration for opening the Temple of Zion. If I were to become Zion, I would have to establish myself in judgment. The judgment has to be involved with a dried up leafy substance that is lit on fire. I sold marijuana for 7 years at the temple. It was common knowledge. I did it to go to court and testify about the prophecy. When I got busted, I had 50 temple members who are the first to follow the ways of Zion. But I don't think of them or any drug user as a possible convert. They are already gray. The converts Isaiah speaks of have yet to manifest. When a non-drug user gets high because of my words, then I'll have a convert. The next verse outlines the ramifications for those who transgress moral law to inflict suffering on innocent people. They and other sinners will perish from the destruction to come. This coming destruction will consume the people who reject the gray. These people will choose to ignore the threat of climate change, Yellowstone, and or possible asteroid strikes. There's also the aquifer to think of. They will end up destroying themselves. The next 3 verses are a very apt description of the marijuana we use. Society desires wood, the oak tree, to build with, but my people use the plant dried up that we smoke, the dried buds, dried up like the oak leaves. We roll joints and blunts like rope, and we use lighters to spark when we light them up. We smoke our pot. No one puts out the joint or the blunt until it's a roach. That's just how we do it. In Isaiah's 14th chapter, verse 32, which is Zion 10:26, he says, "What shall one then answer the messenger of the nation, that the Lord hath founded Zion, and the poor of his people shall trust in it?" He asks the people of the future what they will say when I deliver my message to the world. They will have to say that these words come from the Lord. The gray have created the nation of Zion. Its creation began 3,000 years ago. When I began to enjoy the blessings of fame, I will be made rich. I will be providing the poor with that money. I have no need for riches. So I will give my wealth to those who need it more. And there I'm going to end for the day. May the gray watch over you, guide you, protect you, and keep you from all harm. May they teach you right from wrong, and may you be worthy of them. May your thoughts, words, and deeds reflect truth, good, and light, the unicorn way. Find your joy and pursue it. Know that that will make you happy. Stay happy and high if you use drugs. You have every right and reason to. I'm going to say later now, because you know I love you so much that I will never say goodbye.